so screwed. In a bad way and also in a good way, maybe? Hello, and welcome to day 2 of I Became an Evil Witch That Cursed the Male Lead. This is a Yandere fantasy dating sim in which you are transmigrated into a fantasy book and play the role of an evil witch. And as you try and make sure the story stays on track and find a way home, 2 Yandere princes, Ash and Cassian, make that very difficult for you. And the longer you stay here, the more unhinged some of them seem to get. If you guys haven't seen day 1, I have linked that in the description box below. But without further ado, let's get started. Alright, okay, so just to make sure we seamlessly get into day 2, we are going to start from here, which was one of the original choice branches in day 1. Is there anything I can do? I thought I could detach myself from the situation. But I really can't turn away from Ash like this. Right now, he's just an injured prince begging for my help, alone in this cold, dark room. Begging for help that I can easily provide. Time to take away the pain. I feel a rush of power at my fingertips. Even without any prior knowledge, it seems this body has an innate talent for it. So this is magic. I focus on that power within me, trying to bring it forth. I want to heal him, to take away his suffering. My powers respond to me instantly. It's subtle and barely noticeable. I just want to ease the pain a little bit. I should be able to heal, right? I'm not actually sure about the specifics of what the witch can do, but hopefully I can do this much. Ash stiffens. In what way? His hand reaches for mine, gripped tight. I hear his breathing steady. It's like the suffocating tightness in the air lifts as his injuries slowly fade away. It doesn't hurt. Why? He sounds confused, releasing his hand from mine and pressing against his chest. Did you finally answer my prayers? I don't move or open my eyes, but then I feel his hand gently touch my face. Is this an act of appreciation from the future tyrant? Thank you. Even if you never wake up, I'll be here. I don't ever need anything from you. You being here is enough. An odd feeling rises in my chest. He doesn't sound like someone who would ever hurt me, but in the original story, Ash kills the witch the moment she wakes up. I can't help but wonder just what would have happened for him to snap like that in the future. We stay like this for what seems to be an eternity before he finally stands to leave. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow. The door opens and closes gently. It's quiet again. It feels a lot emptier than before. I wait in silence for a while. I don't know how long, but long enough for my heart to stop pounding as fast before I open my eyes. He didn't notice, did he? No, of course not. No one in the book would expect the witch to wake up. It's been what, 500 years? They're probably really careless about matters regarding me by now. I sit up, power flowing through my veins, unraveling the seals around me. It's as natural as breathing. These seals were never meant to hold a conscious witch. I swing my legs off the edge of the bed, my bare feet touching the cold floor. And for the first time in 500 years, the witch stands. Finally, this body could use a stretch every now and then. My voice sounds a little different in this body. Softer. Older. I take a few steps forward towards the door. I want to stay far away from this mess of a novel. Needless to say, I want no involvement in the rebellion of the future tyrant. And that's why I should take this chance and escape. But something tells me I won't be able to. A gut feeling, I'm not sure why. It's kind of similar to the feeling of deja vu I felt earlier when I woke up. Weird, but I guess there's no harm in staying for a bit. I still have time before the witch is killed. I should stay and observe for now before making any rash decisions. I glance around the room again. For a prison holding an evil witch, it's actually not too bad. It just looks like a regular bedroom with a stone door, a table, and a small bookshelf. What should I do? Investigate the table again. I walk up to the table on the left side of the room. There are a few books stacked neatly, a quill pen with ink, and a vase of flowers placed elegantly beside them. The flowers are fresh. Camellias, I think. Flowers that bloom even in the depths of winter. Has someone been replacing these before they wilt? It must be Ash then. Look closer at the bookshelf. I walk up to the bookshelf on the right end of the room. It's not large, but the books are carefully arranged and look worn. I pull one out. It's titled Foundations of Ancient Sealing Magic. Oddly specific. The next book is a historical textbook about the rise of Emperor Helios. There are other books too. Sword manuals, political theory, military strategy. There's even one about pressing flowers. Countless bookmarks line the books and some pages are filled with notes. The handwriting is pretty. Is this what he's been doing in his free time? He's surprisingly thorough, speaking of Ash. I haven't even gotten a chance to see what he looks like because I was pretending to be asleep earlier. He's a fairy tale prince, so he has to be good looking, right? Hopefully the novel description doesn't disappoint me. I've been stuck in this tower for a few hours now. If this really is a fantasy world with magic and royal politics, I can't just stay down here, can I? I want to see the world too. It's still night right now, but I should go out tomorrow. If I leave during the day and return before Ash visits at night, there shouldn't be any problems. For now, I'll stay here and think of a long-term plan. It would be wise to learn more about the setting as well. What kind of people can use magic other than the witch? The original plot didn't really specify. Is magic even common? Just how powerful am I? Although Ash does manage to kill the original witch, something even Helios couldn't do. So in terms of power, I guess I would be lower than him. I lie back against the pillows, but sleep doesn't come. I only woke up a couple of hours ago, so that makes sense, but I want to be prepared for the next day as much as possible. And that means getting enough rest. Why did life have to throw a curveball at me like this? I haven't even gotten to... Huh? Are those footsteps that I hear? My mind is immediately on high alert. Didn't Ash say he'd return tomorrow? Why is someone else here now? These footsteps sound different too. A bit lighter. Is this not Ash? A god, perhaps? Well, that's impossible. I thought Ash was the only one that ever visited the witch in the fairy tale. The doorknob turns and the door slowly opens. I quickly climb back into bed and squeeze my eyes shut. What's with everyone visiting the witch tonight? I slow my breathing as I hear the unknown person approach the bed. Here he is! So this is the secret he's been hiding, huh? The voice sounds amused, confident in a way. This isn't Ash. But this doesn't sound like any regular palace servant either. Just who could it be at this hour? After the little stunt mother pulled at the banquet today, brother left early. She never changes, always pulling the same tricks over and over again, even I'm getting bored watching it. But then, I saw something new. I knew I liked coming here, but then I saw him leaving this place. Smiling. That man. Smiling? He chuckles. I got to witness something interesting today, so thanks to you. Whatever happened down here tonight, I'm curious. His breath tickles my ear. I know you can hear me, little witch. His tone sounds playful, but also a little dangerous. I wonder. I feel his fingers hover just above my wrist. If I touched you right now, would you stop pretending? Or do you enjoy playing this type of game with me? I feel my pulse spike. I stay completely still. I don't move or react. There's no way he knows I'm awake, so he's just testing me. He has to be testing me. Silence stretches between us. Impressive. And then let me tell you this. Don't favor him too much. He doesn't deserve it. If you're gonna wake up for someone, at least choose a more interesting brother. Leave a little suspense for us, yeah? He steps away. Sleep well, little witch. The door closes and silence returns. I slowly open my eyes. That was definitely no palace servant. I sit up slowly, fingers brushing the sheets where he had rested his weight only a moment ago. Judging by what he said about the banquet and the Empress, there's only one person it could be. The legitimate son of the Empress, Crown Prince Cassian. In the fairy tale, Cassian was just a political obstacle that quickly disappeared when Ash took over. I'm not sure what happened. I don't think he's ever had an interaction with the witch in the original story. He's not supposed to. So why now? Did I inadvertently change something major by helping Ash back there? I didn't think that small action would cause such a huge butterfly effect where even the Crown Prince would feel the need to come here. Was that single decision enough to shift the entire flow of the story? If Cassian noticed Ash smiling and came down here because of it, then the story is definitely going off course. Plus what Cassian said back there bothers me. Does he know something? The way he spoke. Like he was testing me. And the things he said about Ash, is it really only because he hates Ash, or is there something more to this fairy tale I wasn't aware of? How did I already get caught between these two? Should I have really left Ash alone and avoided helping him altogether? If I hadn't interfered and detached myself, would things be simpler? But that didn't feel like the right option either. I pressed my hand against my head. Just how badly did I mess up? I can't afford to act on impulse again. I need to think more clearly. Ash and Cassian, they're both dangerous. But running away might make things worse. If I randomly disappear, Ash will definitely search for me. But if I stay still like this, Cassian will probe around too much. I need to gather more information. About Ash, Cassian, and the Empire. But right now, I should get some rest. My body feels heavier than expected. Tomorrow, I will decide what kind of role I want to play in the story. My eyes close slowly as I drift into sleep. And we're on to day 2. Hooray! Despite everything that happened so far, sleep comes quickly. And yet, it seems I still can't escape nightmares. Not even in fairy tales. It's this dream again. The same one, over and over and over. The cold comes first, it always does. It seeps into me slowly before I can even think to resist it. A suffocating, hollow, cold feeling that digs deep into my bones. There's nothing around me. No ground, no sky, no sense of my own body. It's like I'm suspended in something soft and dulling, smothering all sound and sensation alike, sinking into an endless abyss. A distant voice echoes somewhere in the back of my mind, drifting through the emptiness. A voice I should probably ignore. Yeah, but that could be like the call of adventure or something. Oh god, my cat is running around, being strange. Hello, Moogle. Up. Wake up, Yinny. The sound brushes against my thoughts, familiar in a way that makes my heart ache. I know this voice. Is it someone from my original world? But who? A figure stands before me, too blurry to make out, just beyond reach. Is that modern-day Ash? Yinny, a sharp breath tears out of me. What was that? My heart pounds violently in my chest, echoing against the suffocating silence of my surroundings. For a moment, I can't move. Remnants of fear and panic cling to me, freezing me in place. My thoughts feel scattered, slipping through my grasp the moment I try to hold on to them. It must be because of that dream. No, it wasn't a dream. A nightmare. I draw in a slow breath, forcing myself to the present. I'm awake now, in a bedroom with stone walls and no windows. Right, I'm still in the ice chamber. I slowly push myself upright, the fabric shifting beneath me. Whatever I saw in that dream is already slipping away, but an uneasy feeling lingers. It was definitely a nightmare. I wonder if yesterday's events are affecting me to the point that they're bleeding into my subconscious. A small foolish part of me had hoped I'd wake up back in my own bed. Back home. But no, I'm still here. Trapped inside this dark fairy tale. I exhale quietly, letting myself fall back onto the bed. This is not how I imagined my week going. At all. There's no helping it now though. I stare at the intricately carved ceiling above me. The architecture of the room is surprisingly refined despite serving as an eternal prison. Under different circumstances, I might have even liked it. It truly is beautiful. I pull the blanket closer around myself. Even after sleeping for so long, I don't feel refreshed at all. Not when there's a constant feeling of impending doom hanging over me. One wrong move and I could end up imprisoned or sealed away, just like the original Yinny. My fingers curl slightly against the sheets. Can I really get used to this? Or is there a way I can somehow go back to the life I had before? Do I even want to go back? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure how to feel yet. It's too soon to decide. There are things I want to return to, but I can't ignore my curiosity either. Why did I end up here of all places? And why this specific story? Is it really because the witch and I share the same name? Or is there something more to it? I try to think, but nothing comes to mind. I let out a breath of air. Now that I think about it, was there even a moral to this story? Aren't fairy tales supposed to teach a lesson of some kind? Maybe something like, eternal life is terrible and makes people jaded over time? No one wins in these types of revenge stories. Ash ends up cursed and the witch was killed. The Empire was on its way to being destroyed as well. I didn't expect a dark fairy tale to have a happy ending, but doesn't this ending feel too incomplete? It does seem that way to me at least, but that makes it even more important to me to learn about the setting of this world, I guess. And today is my chance. I can finally go outside and start figuring things out. I know the overall storyline, but not the minor details, and those are important. What I'm most curious about is magic. Are there others, like the witch? Until I know for certain, using these powers openly is too dangerous. Even helping Ash yesterday was risky. He didn't seem to notice, but I can't rely on that happening again. In most transmigration stories, getting on the male lead's good side is usually a safe option. But this male lead in particular is a little unpredictable. It's better to stay away from him entirely. Should I disguise myself before I leave? The witch may be nothing more than a forgotten relic from 500 years ago, but I'm still not willing to take any risks. I will disguise myself. Right, hiding my identity is important. I tear a strip of cloth from the pillowcase and bundle my hair up, covering all traces of the bright color that might give me away. It's a bit rough, but it should be enough at a glance. Should I change my face as well? And there must be a way to do that with the witch's magic. I try to remember how it worked yesterday. It came naturally to me before, like second nature. All I did was will it to happen. If that's all it takes, then the witch was really overpowered in this fairy tale. How did Helios or Ash ever manage to defeat her? I press my palms against my face and focus on what I want to be seen as. Is this working? It's hard to tell. While I don't really feel any different, I'll have to trust it works. I can't waste any more time here. Speaking of time, it's impossible to track time in this room since there are no windows or any other natural light source. Based on when Ash visited me last night, I should have at least a couple more hours to myself. I'll try to be back before sunset to be safe. Just in case, I'll leave an illusion behind as well. I lift my hand and cast a small spell. A faint glow gathers at my fingertips. Like light converging, threads of magic weave themselves together, settling on the bed where I once slept. Now whoever enters the witch's chambers will still see me there, sleeping. I watch the illusion for a moment. The scene feels oddly familiar, though I'm not sure why. I haven't done this before, have I? Strange. Why does it feel like I have? Ever since I woke up here, I keep getting flashes of deja vu. I wonder if my memories are getting mixed up with the original witches. It's a little concerning. I'll have to look into that later. Right now, I need to move before it gets late. I step out into the door and into the darkness, and then I leave the tower. Oh god, I sure hope nothing goes wrong. Maybe I'll just get sandwiched between two handsome princes. Light floods my vision. For a second, I almost forget how to breathe. The capital looks like something straight out of a storybook. It is very pretty. I love the art direction in this so much. The developer did such a good job. I think choosing this like pinky purple color palette is one of the prettiest things I've ever seen. Shining banners embroidered with the imperial crest. Beautiful stone towers reaching towards the sky. Windows shimmering like the sun. Laughter drifts through the streets and young nobles dressed in lace and silk pass by. Parasols sitting on their shoulders. Servants move quickly through the crowds, arms full of packages. I can hear idle chatter about an upcoming banquet and talks of the Empire's recent military conquests. The smell hits me next. The scent of freshly baked goods drifts through the air, pulling people towards the stalls. A baker calls out to the passing customers, holding up golden loaves still steaming from the oven. I see children tugging at sleeves, pointing eagerly at displays of pastries and sweets. Everything is so bright and lively. I stand there for a moment, taking it all in. It's beautiful. This really is a fairy tale world. My disguise must be working since no one pays me any attention. Still, I stay close to the edges of the road, just in case. Just as I was about to walk further into the market, something suddenly catches my eye. If I hadn't stayed to the side of the road, I would have missed it. People I didn't see before. A woman slumps against the palace wall, cradling a child too weak to cry. An older man limps past her. His shirt is torn, fresh blood staining the fabric. Was he beaten? Nearby, a group of children huddle closely together. The smell of food drifts from a nearby stall and they inch closer, hungry. The vendor notices and waves them away. The contrast hits me all at once. Just moments ago, this place felt so lively, but now it's like seeing a whole other world. According to the story, the Empire was supposed to be thriving. With the witch gone, the ice covering the earth had melted, restoring the land to its former glory. It became a peaceful and prosperous place for all its citizens, but this doesn't feel like it at all. How is this happening in broad daylight? Is there still leftover damage caused by the witch in the past? No, it can't be. The markets are packed full, filled with rich merchants and nobles without a care in the world. Yes, and we hate rich merchants and nobles. Then, is it because of the current rulers? Or has it always been like this? The book never mentions the nameless characters that are suffering quietly. My chest tightens. I'm not sure what to do. It feels wrong to expose them and walk away, but I can't draw attention to myself and risk being exposed. And yet, how is this any different from what I did for Ash last night? I wonder if it's because Ash is the main character and these people aren't. These people, they're not even side characters. They were never part of the story at all. What kind of hypocrite would I be if I ignore them? When I helped Ash without hesitation, I've already interfered once, haven't I? Help the woman with the child. I move before I can second guess myself kneeling beside her. Up close, her condition looks a lot worse. Her lips are dry and cracked, and her hands tremble as she clings to the child in her arms. The child barely moves, breathing shallow and their eyes are dull. Have people just been walking past them, even in the capital city? What happened to you? Her eyes flicker to me, a look of resignation on her face. My husband. They said he stole and beat him until he stopped moving. I came to the capital to seek help from family. Her voice cracks, but I didn't expect my child to... I place my hand on the child's forehead. It's burning hot. If I leave them like this, then they will die. Earlier in the tower, I told myself I wouldn't interfere, but the story keeps putting these moments in front of me. First, there was the situation with Ash, and now this. The author of the original fairy tale really decided to give power to the wrong person. Funnily enough, the witch might be the only one who can do anything here. And now I'm the one holding that power. I really hope I'm not making a mistake, but then again, if this mistake of mine can save a life... Keep my hand steady against the child's skin, a faint chill gathers beneath my palm. Concentrating on the child's forehead, I guide my magic to cool down the fever. I hope this works. In theory it should, since this is how I was able to help Ash last night. I guide my focus downwards, drawing the heat away. Slowly, Gently, judging by the look of disbelief on her face, I think it's working. Little by little, the fever fades, and the child's breathing steadies. Faint light returning to their eyes. What? The woman gasps, clutching her child tighter as if afraid they'll disappear. Her voice trembles. He's breathing. She desperately bows her head again and again in gratitude. I pull my hand back. I shouldn't have done that, but I really couldn't watch a child die. I'm not sure how common healing magic is here, but doing this much should be fine. Hopefully. Plus, I really like helping people like this. This is going to seal my fate. I think I am, done. Originally, the witch also did good deeds, but then she somehow still turned her back on humanity and destroyed many lives. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Even the witch started out doing the same thing I'm doing right now. Help the man with the injury. I approach the man and kneel beside him. He sees my arrival and flinches hard, cowering from my presence. I don't have any money. Please. Just leave me alone. His tone, although sharp, sounds afraid. I wonder if he thinks I'm here to hurt him. His voice is strained and hoarse, probably from overuse. Just like the woman from earlier, no one came to help. I look at the wounds covering his arm and back. These aren't light injuries. The marks run deep, his skin is swelling and blistering. He must have been whipped and left out here to die. Whoever did this intended for his death to be slow and painful. Who did this to you? He coughs weakly. A little wary, still he answers. It's my fault. I handled the granary funds. The records didn't match and they needed someone to blame. But it wasn't me, it was the marquis. His voice trails away as he gasps in pain. The wounds look like they're festering into infections. And the edges look all wrong. This is too much. I raise my hand and magic gathers again. Seeps into the wound, slowing the bleeding and easing the pain. I think I'm getting the hang of this. The man stares at me, eyes wide, as he massages his newly stitched injuries. An angel. Thank you, truly. Well, if this is what gets me in trouble and gives me a bad end, I don't care. I'm just happy to have been able to help them. I don't know how to respond. The witch had the power to do this all along, and yet... No. I shouldn't think that way. It's good that I can borrow her powers for these people at least. Help the hungry children. I look around for the children that scattered. They should still be near. But then... Huh? What's this? A mage. Oh no. My shoulders stiffen. Did I get caught? I turn to look at the source of the voice behind me. Oh no, I'm so screwed. In a bad way and also in a good way, maybe? For a moment, he doesn't look real at all. Like someone straight out of a fairy tale, which isn't wrong, considering where I am. I haven't seen you around before. He tilts his head slightly, assessing me. His gaze looks measured, but also contains a sharp curiosity. I feel a flicker of embarrassment. Do background characters really need to look this good? Are you new here? I wonder if it's obvious that I don't belong in the story setting. Do I stick out that much even disguised? Why do you ask? Mild annoyance flickers across his face. I don't know the proper etiquette here, but his reaction seems quite cold. Using magic in Illa is strictly forbidden, you know? Uh-oh. While his voice retains a casual tone, his gaze sharpens. So intense it feels like it could pierce straight through me. Or maybe it can pierce me with something else. I didn't do anything wrong. As a member of the Imperial family, I'm obligated to take you in. What a waste of my time. Imperial family? I stare at him. Is it really possible for me to run into someone from the Imperial family here? My eyes drift to his hair. It's golden. His voice sounds a bit familiar as well. It can't be. Am I really this unlucky? There's only one person this could be. Don't try to resist. We're surrounded by many people, unless you don't care about the lives you helped earlier. Do you really think they were innocent? His tone is cold and detached. Nothing like how he spoke to me last night. It's a good thing he doesn't recognize me. Who knows what else he would have done? He's already threatening me with the lives of the people I saved earlier. If I resist, will he really go through with it? I try to recall everything I know about Cassian. Even though he was born a year after Ash, Cassian is a legitimate heir. As the crown prince, he's backed by almost all the nobles in Illa. When Ash forcibly seized the empire in the story, many nobles refused to recognize him as a new ruler, dismissing him as nothing more than a bastard child. And Ash, in an especially foul mood that day, answered with the massacre that left half the capital drenched in blood. Yet somehow, the story still paints Cassian as the crueler brother. Do I really want to risk finding out why? No, this is dangerous. I can't afford to cause an even bigger scene here. A small crowd has already gathered around us. My expression must have given something away, because Cassian's face twists into an innocent-looking smile. A fake act of sympathy, no doubt. The Empire hasn't seen a mage in centuries, you see. Who knows? Maybe they'll let you off with some questioning. I doubt it. I feel so stupid. I'd warned myself not to use these powers recklessly, and now I've been discovered by the one person I should have avoided the most. What do I do? Is it too late to run? If I resist now, I might throw the entire capital into chaos. Once that happens, everything really will be irreversible. Is it better to go along with this and look for a chance to escape later? I hesitate, slowly raising my hands in surrender. But I feel something sharp exploding at the back of my head. Did one of his guards do that? My vision blurs violently and the world tilts sideways beneath me. Man, I hate this guy no matter how pretty and hot he is. Like, genuinely, how could you really believe, like, I know magic can be dangerous depending on the user, but would you really approach a mage who was just genuinely helping people? I think he's a weenie. I don't know how much time passes since then. A second? A minute? Maybe even hours? For a while, there's nothing. No sound or sensation. And then, the first thing I feel is water. A cold droplet lands against my cheek and then another. My body feels unbearably heavy, like I'm sinking underwater. Dampness clings to me from every side. My hair sticks to my skin, tangled against my face and neck. Oh god, that would drive me insane. A dull ache pulses at the back of my head. I feel my fingers twitch against the cold, hard ground. And finally, I force my eyes open. The world comes into focus, slowly. Dark stone walkways. A faint light flickering somewhere beyond the iron bars. Old stains are etched onto the surface of walls around me. The barred windows let in a sliver of light, though not enough to tell the time. Pain throbs behind my eyes, and I wince. Memories of what happened earlier come rushing back. The marketplace. Cassian. What a mess. What a mess. I push myself up off the ground. My damp hair falls forward in tangled strands. The cloth I used to cover it is gone. It must have come undone during the struggle earlier. How long was I unconscious for? Is my disguise still on? Cassian said I would only be questioned, but I didn't expect to be imprisoned. How did everything end up like this? Was I just unlucky? Running into him of all people. I don't regret what I did in the marketplace, but maybe interfering with the story was a mistake. A sharp metallic clink echoes somewhere nearby. Voices murmur beyond the walls of my prison, distorted and difficult to make out. Probably nothing useful to my situation. Try to listen in or inspect my surroundings. Let's try and listen in. I focus, straining to make out the voices beyond the walls. I can hear at least 3 people, maybe one more. Their words blur together, too distant to understand clearly. I shift closer, but my arms jerk to a stop. My breath catches. Chains are wrapped tightly around my wrists, anchored deep into the floor. I tug at them, but they don't budge. The metal digs coldly against my skin. It's no use. I can't escape these bindings. Were they designed specifically for me? My arms fall back to my sides, the weight of the restraint settling in. I exhale slowly. I'm no expert on Imperial law, but isn't this a bit excessive for using magic? Suddenly, a sharp metallic click cuts through the silence. I freeze, looking at the floor. Someone's here. The door swings open and a familiar figure steps inside. Cassian. He looks me down with an aloof expression, almost like he's bored. Little witch. Imagine my surprise when I realized. My gaze stays fixed on him. He must have figured out my identity when my hair came loose. So much for the disguise. His clothes are different now. Less formal than before, but somehow he feels more dangerous like this. He studies me for a moment before stepping closer. His fingers suddenly slip into my hair, lifting a loose strand. He twirls my hair idly between his fingers, as if he has all the time in the world. You gave me the perfect excuse to bring you here, and you followed along so willingly. What? Followed? You knocked me out! He leans closer. If I'd known it'd be that easy. I cut him off with a glare. He doesn't seem bothered. If anything, my reaction only seems to amuse him more. His demeanor is completely different from before. Back in the market, he could barely tolerate speaking to me, but now he looks like he's enjoying this. Is it because he knows who I am? How long do you plan to keep me down here? He lets a strand of his hair slip from his fingers, but he doesn't move away. Why? Do you plan to return to your other prison? There's no difference, is there? The other one was comfier. This is dark and musty, and I think the prisoner in the next cell peed on the floor. His hand drifts lower, fingers brushing along my jaw. If you want, we can dress this place up a little too. Would you prefer it more if I did that? His words hold a tone of playfulness, like he's teasing me. Annoyingly enough, he's not entirely wrong. If I leave this place, I have to return to the ice chamber. Still, why is Cassian so interested in the witch? He never cared in the original story. No, I wonder how long it'll take for him to find out. He has to be talking about Ash. I hope Ash gets him. I'm curious how he'll react. Cassian sounds almost eager for it to happen. I'm not so sure though. Called a hunter an instinct, but I have a really bad feeling about that. You really don't want to know what happens if he does. Oh? He steps even closer. His hand settles against my side, his grip tightening almost playfully. I'll tighten around him playfully. I'm always on one. His hand settles against my side, his grip tightening almost playfully. Don't you dare! And what will happen? He'll want to kill everyone in the hero family, starting with you. Cassian laughs after hearing my words. His grip loosens just a little. Doesn't he already? He leans in again, his voice unbothered. And yet, I'm still standing here. He tilts his head thoughtfully as if considering the possibility. I mean, I don't think it was possible before until you kidnapped me and now it is. So you are like onion rings. Little witch, was that just an empty threat or are you trying to buy time? His fingers drift lower, brushing over the chains around my wrists. Or is it because you can't use your abilities with these bindings? Damn! Does that scare you? He lifts onto my wrist slightly, testing the weight of the restraints. The chains clink softly between us. I yank my hand backwards, but he pulls me closer to him instead. Are you afraid of what I'll do to the people you know, just to get what I want? His voice drops to a whisper when he speaks. He cuts me off. Ah, that's right. You don't have anyone. Just like him. His gaze sharpens. Is that why that bastard thought you were the perfect match? I don't think so, though. What are you even talking about? My voice comes out higher than I intended. I still don't understand what he wants from me, or why he's acting like he knows something I don't. It's true that I have no one here, but... Ashale, of course. Ash. Is that what you call him? Something about my answer seems to irritate him. Yeah. How do you like them apples? His fingers tighten around my wrist again before he goes quiet for a moment, lost in thought. That bastard doesn't know what you really are. Your true nature. And you do. None of this makes sense. Neither of them should know anything about the witch. She was sealed away for centuries. A faint smile pulls at his lips. You're despicable, aren't you? I haven't even done anything. You created this. So this whole situation where he has no choice but to rely on you. His hand moves again, sliding from my wrist to my cheek. Did he wake you up too? Is this what you're into? His thumb presses hard against my skin. What a dangerous game you're playing. Ooh, do I taunt him? Yeah, I planned it all. And? What are you gonna do about it? I push back, trying to regain control of the conversation, even if I'm just bluffing. If there's a chance of turning this situation around and escaping, I have to do it. He pauses as if unsure what to believe. And then he laughs. So it really is true. He leans in again, closer than before. Something in his expression softens. Then why didn't you come to me first? Because you're a weirdo. His thumb brushes slowly across my cheek. Seeing you like this makes me want to take you away from him. His voice sounds almost gentle. His fingers slide beneath my chin. You should have been mine in the first place. Everything in this castle belongs to me after all. Well? He lifts my chin. Let him. Only if you take off these chains first. Cassian smiles. His fingers slide along the restraints binding my wrist, tracing them. Naturally. He pulls me forward and... Oh! Cassian! No. We did not agree to this. Before I can react, I feel his lips crash against mine. One hand slides behind my neck while the other keeps hold of my wrist. The sounds of chains clink softly between us. It's overwhelming how easily he takes control of the movement. Is it because he's the crown prince? And he's good at this. The realization annoys me more than it should. I wonder why. He pulls back slightly enough for me to breathe before kissing me again. He's never touched you like this before, has he? No, he has not. Of course not. What am I thinking? You were sealed this entire time. Little witch. Can you ever feel anything after living so long? His voice softens into something almost possessive. Only I can do this to you. No. His forehead rests against mine. I didn't think he would do that. The initial shock I felt is wearing off now. And if he thinks I'm giving him willingly, maybe I can use that to my advantage. I force myself not to react as his fingers slide beneath my chin again. I can give you far more than that bastard could ever imagine. He brushes once more against the chains around my wrist before unlocking one side. The sudden release of pressure makes my arm feel strangely light, so he kept his word somewhat. With my now released hand, I try to push against him, breaking away our contact. Before I can pull away completely, Cassian catches my free hand and presses a kiss against my knuckles. Stay here for tonight. I'll prepare something more suitable for you. His gaze lingers on me. And little witch, don't run away before I can come back. The teasing tone in his voice makes it impossible to tell whether it's a joke or a warning. Probably both. He finally steps away, opening the cell door. The door shuts behind him, leaving me alone again. I stay still for a moment, arms pulled forward as if expecting him to come back. But he doesn't. I slowly lower my arm. The chains drag against the stone floor with a harsh metallic scrape. What a disaster. Yeah, this is not good. I let my head fall back against the wall behind me. Somehow it feels even colder here than the ice chamber. I really hadn't expected today to end like this. In a way, I've basically gone from one prison to another. But this one is different. The tower had been isolating, but it was still somewhat familiar. In here, even breathing felt restrictive. I glanced down at the thick chain wrapped around my wrist. The dark-colored metal is engraved with unfamiliar markings and seals, similar to the ones in the tower. The moment I try to summon even the faintest trace of magic, pain shoots through my arms. Cassian definitely wasn't taking any chances. I yank at the chains again, harder this time. The sound rings through the room, but the chains don't budge. It takes all my willpower not to scream obscenities in the direction Cassian left. Infuriating. Even now, I can still picture the carefree look on his face before he walked away. I blocked the mental image, closing my eyes tightly. Well, it's a good thing I left an illusion behind back in the witch's chambers. If anyone discovered the witch vanished, who knows what kind of chaos would follow. At the very least, the illusion should buy me time. Assuming no one notices anything strange, of course. Someone's gonna notice. Probably Ash, and then they're gonna kill them all. But judging from the way Cassian spoke earlier, it doesn't sound like he plans on letting anyone near me anyway. I wonder why. Everything he said seemed to revolve around Ash somehow. But for what purpose? To provoke him or manipulate him? I let out a quiet breath, pulling my knees closer. The underground air smells damp from the old stone and iron. I wonder how many people were kept here before me and how many of them ever left. What could I have done differently? Maybe I shouldn't have gone to the marketplace at all. Or maybe getting involved in the story doomed me from the start. Would it really have mattered though? Even if I had managed to avoid Cassian today, would something else have happened eventually? It's strange, and the world seems to keep pulling me back towards the story, no matter what I do. I lift my head slowly towards the barred cell door. Cassian said he'd come back, but he never said when. A few hours? Tomorrow? Or maybe a week from now? He's just gonna leave me here to die? The uncertainty gnaws at me, and it's an awful feeling. There really is no escape. I lower my gaze at the chains around me. I'm like a bird with clipped wings trapped inside a cage beneath the palace, waiting for the door to open again, waiting for the crown prince to step through it. And until that happens, all I can do is stay here. After all, there's no one that will save the witch in this world. Is there? Bad ending 3. Little bird's cage. That's so sad. Option disguise myself unlocked. The ending will soon be developed as a way to enter Cassian's route. Stay tuned. Oh, that's exciting. For now, try picking a different choice. Don't disguise yourself before leaving the tower. Okay, I will do that. Would you like to go back? Ooh, I really like that. Let's go back. That's so cool. That's right. Despite everything that happened so far, sleep comes quickly. And yet, it seems I can't escape nightmares. Not even in fairy tales. I love how there's an option to go back. That's really thoughtful and sweet. Games with like so many different branches and stuff. Sometimes you do have to save a lot and go back to certain pivotal choices and everything, but having that built into the game is such a wonderful and kind gesture that the developer did as well. That's so kind. It's this dream again. The same one over and over. Wait, again? Or is this another dream? The cold comes first, it always does. Seeping into me slowly before I can even think to resist it. A suffocating, hollow, cold feeling that digs deep into my bones. There's nothing around me. No ground, no sky, no sense of my own body. It's like I'm suspended in something soft, dulling and smothering, all sound and sensation-like, sinking into an endless abyss. Almost like snow. A distant voice echoes somewhere in the back of my mind, drifting through the emptiness. A voice I should probably ignore. And then they tell us to wake up. The person in front of me. And this voice. That's a new option. That's exciting. Ash? My voice feels far away, but I'm certain it's my own. There's more of the shards. The figure fades into view. This? No. You're not. Pale white hair, almost like how I imagine Ash's would be. But not quite. This person isn't Ash. The world around us is blinding white to the point I can't see the person's face clearly. Is this snow? I try to move, but my body doesn't respond. A hand reaches towards me and my fingers lightly brush my cheek. A breath catches sharply in my throat. It's so warm. I can't help but lean into the gentle, familiar touch. This person. Who is Healy? Oh, that is interesting. What happens if we say that? Healy. The figure exhales softly. So you do remember. I thought you'd forgotten all about me. It's Helios. The voice is gentle, but there's an underlying sharpness beneath it. You seem so happy with your 2 new little toys. A chill runs down my spine hearing this response. On a whim, I'd taken a guess and said the first name that came to mind. But I didn't expect him to confirm it so easily. Helios. The person in front of me is Helios. There were so many possibilities after all. My thoughts feel heavy, like I'm sinking deeper into a thick, unyielding weight. Why does this scene feel so familiar to me? Is this really a dream? How could I forget you? Do you really think so badly of me? Shouldn't I? His thumb traces slowly along my temples, slipping into my hair. The motion is gentle, but fear travels through my body in response. How much longer can I keep indulging you? His answer only confuses me more. My mind feels like it's wrapped in layers of a soft and suffocating haze. Everything is dull and muted. I can't even tell what emotion I'm feeling right now. It's hard to distinguish dream from reality anymore. What is going on? What type of relationship did the witch have with Helios? And why does he feel... No, this is definitely a dream. It has to be. That's right. I'm dreaming. Yinny. Oh, that was interesting. A sharp breath tears out of me. What was that? My heart pounds violently in my chest, echoing against the suffocating silence of my surroundings. For a moment, I can't move. Remnants of fear and panic cling to me, freezing me in place. My thoughts feel scattered, slipping through my grasp the moment I try to hold on to them. It must be because of the dream. No, it wasn't a dream. A nightmare. I draw in a slow breath, forcing myself back to the present. I'm awake now, in a bedroom with stone walls and no windows. Right, I'm still in the ice chamber. I slowly push myself upright, the fabric shifting beneath me. Whatever I saw in that dream is already slipping away, but an uneasy feeling lingers. Alright, it feels like I've forgotten something important. One thing is for sure though, it was definitely a nightmare. Alright, let's noom to the choice. Something inside me. Okay, now we are here, because we read the other part before when we played the previous ending. Something inside me is telling me not to use a disguise. Why do I feel this way? Don't use a disguise. Maybe I should listen to that gut feeling. This is gonna be so bad. Plus, I don't have time for disguises. Ash could return any moment. Every second I stay here increases that risk. It's better to move and gather information first. Speaking of time, it's impossible to track time in this room since there are no windows or any other natural light source. Based on when Ash visited me last night, I should have a couple of hours to myself. I'll try to be back before sunset to be safe. Just in case, I'll leave behind an illusion as well. Right, the capital looks like something straight out of a storybook. Despite my brightly colored hair, no one pays me any attention. It's a good sign that no one seems to know what the witch looks like. Still, I keep to the edges of the main road, just in case. Just as I was about to walk further into the market, something catches my eye. And then we see the people here, and we'll help the man with the injury this time. He sees my arrival and flinches hard, cowering from my presence. Up close, his condition looks a lot worse. I don't have any money. Please, just leave me alone. His tone, although sharp, sounds afraid. I wonder if he thinks I'm here to hurt him. His voice is strained and hoarse, probably from overuse. Have people just been walking past him, even in the capital city? I look at the wounds covering his arm and back. These aren't light injuries. The marks run deep, his skin swelling and blistering. He must have been whipped and left out here to die. Whoever did this intended for his death to be slow and painful. Who did this to you? Who are you? He coughs weakly, a little wary, still he answers. I'm just a scapegoat. An example. But it wasn't me, it was the Marquis. His voice trails away as he gasps in pain. Earlier in the tower, I told myself I wouldn't interfere. But the story keeps putting these moments in front of me. First it was a situation with Ash and now this. The author of the original fairy tale really decided to give power to the wrong person. Funnily enough, the evil witch might be the only one who can do anything here. And now I'm the one holding that power. I really hope I'm not making a mistake, but then again, if this mistake of mine can save a life... Raising my hand, I gather my magic. I hope this works. In theory, it should. Since this is how I was able to help Ash last night. I guide my focus downward, slowing the bleeding and easing the pain. Slowly and gently. Judging by the look of disbelief on his face, I think it's working. An angel. Thank you, truly. I pull my hand back. I shouldn't have done that, but I really couldn't watch someone die. I'm not sure how common healing magic is here, but doing this much should be fine, hopefully. And it is not fine. Well, we'll help the woman with the child again, and this time we'll ask them, who are you? Who are you? She doesn't answer. My child. Please. Is there anything you can do for my child? I place a hand on the child's forehead. It's burning hot. If I leave them like this, they will die. Keeping my hand steady against the skin, a faint chill gathers beneath my palm. Concentrating on the child's forehead, I guide my magic to cool down the fever. Bit by bit, the fever fades and the child's breathing steadies. Faint light returns to their eyes. I think I'm getting the hang of this. What? The woman gasps, clutching the child tighter as if afraid they'll disappear, and her voice trembles. He's breathing. She desperately bows her head again and again in gratitude. I don't know how to respond. The witch had the power to do this all along, and yet... No, I shouldn't think this way. That is true because the witch and I are not the same person. It's good that I can borrow her powers of these people at least. Help the children. I look around for the children that scattered. They should still be near, but then... Huh? What's this? A mage. Damn! My shoulders stiffen. Did I get caught? I turn to look at the source of the voice behind me. Damn, not you again? For a moment, he doesn't look real at all, like someone straight out of a fairy tale. Which isn't wrong considering where I am. He knew here. Or perhaps a trainee from the magic tower. Yeah, that's me. Right, he saw what happened earlier. This is bad. But if he's mentioning magic towers, then maybe what I did wasn't completely abnormal. I forced myself to keep a neutral expression. Are you this nosy for strangers? Why does it matter? Are you this nosy with people you just met? His gaze lingers on me and he smiles. Then he steps closer. Only when something catches my interest. A quiet silence settles between us. I don't know how to respond. What's the proper etiquette in this world? He watches me waiting for an answer. Well, which is it? What? I've never seen a mage like you before. Not even in the academy. Well, mind your own business then. This is none of your business. I don't see how this is any of your business. He doesn't answer, but the smile remains on his face. I wonder if he's finding this interaction enjoyable. Who even is this man? Is it normal to interrogate strangers so casually here? The way he's dressed and his attitude. Wait, he can't be a noble, right? Try to leave. I should probably excuse myself. He's dressed far too well. If he really is a noble, the last thing I need is for the imperial family to learn the witch is wandering around the capital. I turn, ready to leave. If there's nothing else, I should... My stomach growls. Loudly. Damn, why now of all times? I hear a stifled laugh from his direction. I pretend not to notice and immediately head towards the nearest food stall. The sweet smell of bread fills the air. My stomach twists, reminding me of how hungry I am. Maybe I can use this as a chance to get away from him. The vendor greets me warmly, oblivious to everything that just happened. I reach out to buy a piece, but my hand stops me there. I forgot something important. My money! I don't have any money. Damn it! A wave of humiliation washes over me. I'm almost certain the blonde noble is watching this entire thing happen, and I just pretend I changed my mind and walk away. What if I just... Uh-oh. Something presses firmly into my palm. A heavy pouch filled with coins. I will not take your charity. Slowly I look up. He's standing much closer now. When did he get here? His fingers curl around mine, keeping my hand closed around the pouch. He's not letting go. I try pulling my hand back slightly, but he holds me tighter. Why is he doing this? His gaze is steady as he watches me. His thumb shifts against the back of my hand. Helping strangers in the capital without a single coin to your name. How cute. Is he blushing? Why is he nice to me this time? I pull my hand back more firmly this time. There's a brief resistance before his fingers slip away from mine. Why did he hold on for that long? I didn't imagine that, did I? And this money. Refuse the money. I stare at the pouch in my hand. This seems like way too much to casually hand to a stranger. I don't need this. I try pushing the pouch back towards him, but he doesn't take it. Instead, my hand ends up awkwardly pressed against his chest. Oh, great. Not only do I reject the money, now I've accidentally fondled his booba. What am I supposed to do here? Something about his expression shifts. Is he annoyed? How troublesome. He sighs softly before paying the vendor himself. Hey! Before I can protest, both the bread and the pouch are pushed back into my hands. Eat. I hesitate. As much as I want to refuse, the sound of my stomach betrays me. I accept the bread reluctantly and sit down on a nearby bench. Holding the fresh baked bread in my hand, I take a bite. It's pretty good. Slightly sweet, warm, soft enough to melt apart in my mouth. I didn't realize how hungry I was until now. I mean, it's probably been an entire day since I last ate, maybe even longer. The patch of coins still rests in my hand. At one point, my fingers curl tightly around it without me noticing. Why did he give me this? Was he genuinely trying to help? I don't know, I don't trust him. I miss Ash, where is he? Something felt off about him though. I didn't even notice how quickly I'm eating until the chair across from me shifts. And then, why are you following me? He sits down directly across from me. Yes, he does. Is being a mage that fascinating here, or is this man just unusually persistent? Or, he isn't hitting on me, is he? He's blushing. I already have enough problems to deal with. He leans back lazily in his chair, resting one arm against the side of his face while watching me. Now that he's sitting this close, it's even more obvious that he's blushing like a slut. His clothes may look simple at first glance, but the fabric is expensive and refined, not something a commoner could afford. He's definitely the son of some wealthy noble family. Or maybe even higher ranking than that. The sunlight catches in his hair again. It's a beautiful golden color. Come to think of it, I haven't seen anyone else in the capital with that hair color. And his voice. It sounds familiar. Out of everyone I've met since arriving here, there are only two voices I clearly remember. Ash and Cassian. And the man sitting in front of me definitely isn't Ash. So that only leaves... There's no way. That would be ridiculous. But thinking back, the crowd disappeared the moment he arrived earlier. Even the vendor seemed nervous around him. And now I'm paying attention. The people nearby are avoiding direct eye contact with us. Would it really be a coincidence if I ran into a main character here? Then again, this is a fairy tale. Anything can happen. What am I supposed to do? Let's test him. I glance at him carefully again. If I asked directly, how would he respond? Would he actually admit he's Cassian? There's only one way to find out. Can I ask your name? I wonder if I should have addressed him more formally, but he doesn't seem bothered. Are you that curious about me? He leans forward slightly. Little witch? Uh-oh, little witch. Cassian called me the same thing last night. So he's not even trying to hide it. He leans back again, laughing softly. It's Ashael. You liar! The response catches me so off guard that the words leave my mouth before I can stop them. What? My name. Ashael. Why is he using a fake name? I thought he wasn't hiding his identity. Is he testing me right now? I force myself not to react any further. Hopefully my slip from earlier wasn't too obvious. What an unusual name. I give him a flat look. What an unusual name. If he's testing me, I can play too. I'm really starting to regret not disguising myself before I left the tower earlier. This entire situation could have been avoided. Yeah, and of all people, I had to run into Cassian. Seriously, how many things can go wrong in a single day? Still, the fake name bothers me. Ashael. The more I think about it, the stranger it sounds. It's similar to Ash. Is that intentional? Why did Cassian introduce himself using a name like that? Is he mocking Ash? I glance back at him. He looks completely unfazed, amused even. Like he's enjoying every second of watching me struggle through this conversation. You don't recognize my name. Am I supposed to? Or is this another trap? No one named Ashael existed in the original story. It was Ash, Cassian, the Empress, a few minor characters later on. But none of those future characters matter right now. Unless... Is Ashael another name for Ash? A title, perhaps. If it was, the story never mentioned it. But if Cassian is intentionally borrowing Ash's name, the same name as the prince, I decide to trust my instincts. If Ashael really refers to Ash, then... You share a name with the prince. His gaze sharpens slightly before he smiles again. And how do you know I'm not Prince Ashael himself? He leans closer like he's deliberately testing my reaction. What are you playing at? You don't seem like a prince. Cassian tilts his head, considering what I said. Am I not princely enough for you? Not really. I'm wounded, little witch. He sounds anything but wounded. And tell me. He leans even closer to me. What does a prince seem like to you? Is he probing me? Hopefully, later. I have no idea how publicly known Ash even is at this point in the timeline. I wouldn't know. But surely, Prince Ashael would not be this brazen. Is that what you think? He looks faintly dissatisfied with my answer, but doesn't press any further. You really must be new here. But you're right, I'm not Prince Ashael. We simply share a name. No, you don't. A faint smile curls at his lips. Why is he lying? Among other things. What? The same person that you love? Am I gonna get sandwiched between these two? I hope so. See, I love Ash very, very much. He's probably like my first choice, but Cassian is so intriguing. When there's two Yandere princes who are vying for my hand, at the same time, I guess it's okay because I am proficient in dual wielding, so I can, you know, hold both of their daggers, if you know what I mean. He watches quietly while I take another bite of bread. Why is he still here? People like him shouldn't waste time sitting around talking to strangers. Is there something particular that he wants from me? As if answering my thoughts, he speaks. You see, he shifts slightly in his seat. I have a little problem. There's a banquet hosted by the Imperial family I need to attend. I don't like where this is heading. And I need a partner. I do not want to go. What does this have to do with me? Well, he props his elbow against the table and smiles. You're coming with me. I am absolutely not. If Ash sees me, he's gonna freak. Absolutely not. What is he planning? I know nothing about noble etiquette. And going anywhere near the Imperial family would completely blow my cover. So you really do have ties to the Imperial family. His smile widens. What makes you think that? How else would you get invited? He gives a small shrug, shaking his head. Let's just say I'm a noble of some sort. Liar? I can't why me? I'm sure you can find a partner easily if you wanted to. Especially with that face. I don't want to. Excuse me? His expression darkens like he's thinking about something unpleasant. The Empress is hosting it, which means it'll be incredibly annoying. He leans forward, closing the distance between us. My breath catches. I thought I'd make it interesting for once. So I'll bring you. It'll be the perfect surprise. I open my mouth to argue, but his gaze sharpens. The words die in my throat. Besides, his tone shifts again, lighter this time. You owe me a small favor. Owe you? He gestures lazily at the patch on my hair. I do not. The bag of coins you took from me, no? I really needed it too. You! Throw the money back at him. I toss the pouch at him. It lands against the table with a sharp clatter, a few coins spilling out. He doesn't flinch or move to catch it. Too late. I'm not letting you discard my leverage that easily. Well, I just did. I just discarded it. It's right in front of you. He smiles. I can't afford to lose track of the cute mage I found, yeah? He says it so casually like I'm some stray cat he picked up off the street. So, what'll it be, little witch? Even though he knows who I am, he's not exposing me directly. Why? Is this a game to him? I study him carefully. Ash's younger brother. In the fairy tale, his character felt flat and predictable, so why? Why did he introduce himself as Ashael? Why is he inviting me to the Imperial Banquet knowing exactly who I am? Does he expect Ash to be there? Are you finding this fun? I shoot him a glare. You find this fun right now? He doesn't answer right away. Instead, he reaches forward and takes a bite of the bread in my hand. Hey, my food! The one I was in the middle of eating. My fingers tense instinctively. You! That's not a question you should be asking me. He leans back, brushing his thumb lightly across his lip. The better question is, are you finding this fun? What? This little game you're playing with him must be, right? My chest tightens. With who? Who are you talking about? You don't have to pretend. Is it fun, playing with him like that? I'm almost jealous. My grip tightens around the bread. Or are you playing dumb because of the oath? But that's something only you and I know. He seems to know something that I don't. A secret only the witch and Cassian share. I want to ask what he's talking about without raising his suspicions, but I'm not sure how. Now I'm really curious. Yeah, what oath? If I go along with this insane request, will I be able to find out what it is? But I don't want to go to the ball. I'm refusing. No, absolutely not. This is a one-way ticket to blowing up the entire plot for the fairy tale. What will happen if Ash sees me there? Will he stab me or worse? I feel insane for even entertaining the idea of going to the banquet even for a moment. I can't be a partner for the banquet. Find someone else. I slide the pouch of coins back towards him. Scrapes against the table. Cassian doesn't move or respond like he expected this answer. The corners of his lips curl up, but I can't tell if he's amused or irritated this time. What a dangerous game you're playing, little witch. You sure you want to refuse? There's a quiet edge under his tone. Are you threatening me? You're really threatening me right now. He tilts his head almost innocently. Why would I threaten the cute little witch? He closes the space between us. Don't tell me you're trying to avoid me. I am! That's exactly what I'm doing. My fingers tense. Who knows, I might even tell you more about the parts of the oath even you don't know yet. He watches me carefully, waiting. It'll be worth your time. Well, won't you be my partner? He keeps bringing up that oath. Will he really tell me? I find it hard to trust him, but I also can't justify turning down the opportunity. Something tells me if I walk away right now, I might not get another chance. Oh, fine. Illusion of choice. I exhale slowly. Fine, I'll go along with his little scheme. This might be my only chance to learn anything. I can't keep hiding forever, not if I want answers. I lift my gaze to meet his. I'll go. I'll be your partner for the banquet. For a moment, he looks genuinely surprised, but that emotion is quickly replaced by his usual one. Then it's settled. He leans back, satisfied. I'll come find you here tomorrow. Wait, it's tomorrow. Naturally. My stomach drops. I can't believe I agreed to this. You promised me, little witch. He stands, glancing down at me. Don't try to run. A faint smile rests on his lips. I'd hate to have to track you down, you know? He says it lightly, but I don't think he's joking. And just like that, he leaves me alone with a basket of bread and a pouch of coins. Oh, at least I got money out of it. This is bad. Really bad. What did I just agree to? I exhale slowly. No. This is an opportunity to gather information. I can't just stay still forever if I want to escape from this fairy tale. I look down at the coin pouch in my hand, loosening the string and peeking inside. There's still so much money left. My gaze drifts back towards the street. The children are still there, hovering over the food stall. The vendor waves them off again, irritation clear in his voice. I was planning to help them earlier before Cassian interrupted me. But I guess I didn't have money then, so there wasn't much I could do. I glanced in the direction he disappeared to. He didn't give me the money for this purpose, did he? If he saw me helping the injured people earlier and expected this. No, I'm overthinking it. There's no way someone like him would care. I shake my head and step forward. With a few coins, I buy enough food for the children. It's a small thing, but it feels right. Now I should make the best of my remaining time to see if I can find any useful information. A while later, it's useless, huh? Even after wandering the capital for hours, there's nothing. No records, books, or any answers for my current situation. Asking about the witch only earned me suspicious glances, almost as if mentioning her was dangerous. But I did learn one thing. Magic has long been banned since the founding of the Empire. Okay, so it wasn't that the regulations towards magic changed in this one, it's that he chose to just not arrest you. Magic has long been banned since the founding of the Empire, mostly due to the horrors everyone endured during the witch's reign, to the point where mages were almost hunted out of existence. The witch hunts, they had called it. I guess people were afraid of the past repeating, which is understandable, but that also means that the Mage Tower doesn't exist. There is no academy. I already failed Cassian's test the moment he said those things to me. From the very beginning, he knew who I was. And now he's aware that I know almost nothing about the current state of the world. My grip tightens around the pouch. What is he planning? Is this really just a game to him, or is this all part of something I don't understand yet? A chill runs down my spine. Why does it feel like I just got dragged into something I can't escape? This is bad. I love how calculative Cassian is. It's very interesting. By the time I step into the empty hallway leading to the ice chamber, night has already fallen. I didn't mean to stay out this late, but running into Cassian really sidetracked my plans. What a day. The room waiting ahead is my prison. The place where the witch slept for 500 years. And the place I'm supposed to return to now. My steps slow without me realizing. If I keep going back there, if I keep lying down in the room day after day, will I eventually disappear into the same role the witch played? When will I stop being myself? How long will I be stuck in this cycle? How long until I can't even remember what home is like? Even the air feels heavier around here. The atmosphere wasn't like this when I left earlier. Uh-oh. A sharp metallic stench hits me, clinging to the air. Oh no. Blood. It's fresh. My body tenses instantly. I scan for the source of the smell and then I see him. Ash. No, not my favorite. Claps in front of the chamber door. No! I rush forward without thinking. This is my first time seeing him, but there's no mistaking it. A person that embodies all the traits of a tragic male lead. Beautiful and broken. Blood soaks through the dark clothing, pooling beneath him and staining the floor. His body is covered in deep wounds. No, why is he in this state? This is what he endures every day. No, this is worse. There's way too much blood. I reach towards him with trembling fingers pressing against his neck. Nothing. Is he even breathing? My stomach drops. Don't tell me he's dead. I hold my breath, focusing. No, wait. It's faint, but I can feel his pulse. It's definitely there. Oh, thank God. A shaky breath leaves my body. Relief washes over me, only to be swallowed immediately by dread and fear. Even if he's alive right now, he's on the brink of death. He's barely holding on. My thoughts race. This isn't supposed to happen. There was never an event like this in the original story. Although Ash was abused by the Imperial family, they would never actually hurt him to this extent. I think it's safe to say that things have changed significantly. Not to the point of death. He's still of Imperial blood after all. So why is he bleeding out here? His breathing is so shallow, unstable. If I leave him like this, he'll die, there's no questioning it. The main character, the center of this entire story, will die. My thoughts spiral. Did I somehow cause this? Was it because I interfered yesterday? How can that change the story this much? It doesn't make sense. Why here, like this? If the main character dies, what happens to the story? What happens to me? Will I be trapped here forever? I don't even want to think about it. My fingers brush against his cheek. His skin is cold. Too cold. He's running out of time. I force myself to focus and trace my hand over his body. Marks litter his bare skin, but most of them are old scars. There are too many to count. But those aren't what catches my attention. His fresh injuries are different. They look deep and deliberate. Very precise, as if carved in. This isn't the result of a struggle. My chest tightens. Did he not fight back against something like this? Why? I take his hand in mine. His fingers don't respond to my touch. This is a major event that was never supposed to happen. If I cause this, then I have to fix it. Ash! No response. I can only hear the faint, uneven sound of his breathing. Don't worry. You're not going to die. He's the male lead of the story after all. The one in the Imperial family that survives to the end. He has to live, right? Ash doesn't respond. Of course he doesn't. He's barely conscious, hanging on to life by a thread. If I hesitate any longer, he'll die. We are so healing him. My hand hovers over him and stops. Why am I hesitating? He's in this state because I interfered. If I hadn't done anything yesterday, would this have happened? But what if helping him again makes things even worse? My fingers curl slightly. Oh God, I didn't think of that. What if I'm pushing the story further off course? Should I not interfere? Heal him regardless. I can't let him die. Even though my only interaction with him was through hearing his voice last night. Even if this world isn't real, I can't stand here and watch him die. Not like this. I've always had a soft spot for characters like him. That's why I even read that story in the first place. Before I can think any further, magic surges through me. Light spills from my hands, wrapping around his body and closing his wounds. Time stretches. The world narrows until it's just him and me. Don't die. As if answering my silent plea, the rise and fall of his chest begins to steady. He's breathing. I don't pull away from him just yet. I need to make sure. Moments pass, but his eyes remain closed. I guess he's still unconscious. That's fine. It's better this way. He doesn't need to know the witch saved him. It's almost ironic. These ridiculous fairy tale tropes just keep repeating. Saving a prince and hiding my identity as a savior. What comes next? Will someone else take credit for saving him? Will the prince whisk them away in a fairy tale romance? Like in the story with the Little Mermaid? No. What am I thinking? That won't happen. This isn't that kind of story. There's no one who will do that for Ash here. This isn't a happy fairy tale after all. No one will look out for him other than himself. I gently lower him back to the ground, hands trembling slightly. None of this was supposed to happen in the first place. I need to be more careful. Why did helping him yesterday lead to this? I need time to think before the plot really spirals out of control. Shakily, I push myself to stand. My legs were numb from kneeling. And yet, Ash knelt before the witch for years. I can't stay here. My hands are still stained with his blood. Even if no one visits this area, if anyone sees me like this, it's over. Without looking back, I turn and walk into the ice chamber. The door closes behind me. I stay there for a moment, my hand resting against the handle. My breathing sounds unnaturally loud in the quiet room. Slowly, I turn around. The illusion of myself lying on the bed remains perfectly still, exactly where I left it. Sleeping peacefully underneath the blanket as if nothing ever happened. What did I just do? The thought hits me all at once. I stumble towards the bed before sitting down beside the illusion. Was going outside today a mistake? I close my eyes. No. Ash would still be injured, bleeding out in the hallway. If anything, it's a good thing I ran into him tonight. Right? I press a hand to my chest. My heart still hasn't calmed down. I glance back at the door where Ash is lying unconscious on the other side. He'll be fine. He has to be. I roll up my sleeve. There are dark red stains spreading across the fabric. Ash's blood. Frantically, I scrub at it while trying to steady my breathing. There has to be some sort of magic for this. After a while, I lean against the bed frame. It feels like this day lasted a lifetime. This morning, I was still trying to convince myself to avoid messing with the plot. But now I met the Crown Prince and even got invited to a royal banquet. This world is insane. The illusion breathes softly beside me. Even the fake version of me looks far more peaceful right now. With everything that's happened, I don't even want to think about tomorrow. The banquet. Cassian. I really don't want to see him again tomorrow. I let my head fall back against the pillow. How am I supposed to fall asleep like this? It's just gonna have to happen. The story is changing faster and faster around me. My mind keeps replaying everything that's happened. Is this really my life now? I pull the blankets over my body. With a small flick of magic, the fake version of me dissolves into shimmering light. Now it's just me. I stare up at the ceiling. For a long time, sleep doesn't come. I wonder if Ash is awake. Is he still in pain? I wonder if tomorrow will be worse than today. I mean, it could always be worse. If things had gone differently, I could totally be stuck in the Imperial prison right now. Yeah, about that. The absurd thought almost makes me laugh. That's impossible. But maybe I did shift the story the moment I chose to help Ash yesterday. There's no going back now, is there? Eventually, exhaustion wins and my eyes slowly begin to close. Back in the hallway, Ash remains motionless where the witch left him. Blood still stains the stone beneath him. But the worst of the wounds are gone now. For a while, nothing happens. And then, Ash draws in a faint breath. His fingers twitch, and slowly, his eyes open. Uh-oh. For a moment, he doesn't move. He only stares at the ceiling above him. The same cold ceiling he stared at countless times before. Night after night, year after year. A familiar prison. His expression remains unreadable. Then he lets out a quiet breath, almost like a laugh. His gaze shifts towards the closed doors, as if he can feel the witch's presence on the other side. Separated only by a thin wall. Did you do this on purpose? The warmth of her touch lingers on his skin. I knew you wouldn't ignore me. God damn it, Ash! His fingers curl, digging into his palm in an attempt to stay conscious a while longer. Pain still pulses through every part of his body, but it doesn't matter. Ash has long stopped treating pain like it's something frightening. This level of pain never mattered to him anyway. To him, pain is simple, it's useful and predictable. Unlike people. Unlike the witch. And besides, he had inflicted most of these injuries himself after all. I knew it! Once he realized what the witch had done the other night, he had placed every wound on his body with careful precision. One after another. Each one measured and deliberate. It had all been worth it since it worked so effortlessly in his favor. His lips form a faint smile. We need to remember that, despite how sweet and cute and pitiful that Ash seems, and how, charismatic Cassian seems, they are both still yanderes. So this is what it takes. Oh no! If I were dying, you would never be able to ignore me. His blood-stained fingers drag through his disheveled hair, pulling the loose strands away from his eyes. Was it always this easy? Ash considers the thought for a moment. Should I keep doing this? His question remains unanswered, disappearing softly into the darkness. Thank you for playing the demo. Day 3 is currently being developed. For now, would you like to see which endings you're missing? Yes, I would actually. You're missing the Ash bad ending, Unraveled thread. Alright, cool. Well, we can go and do those. So to get the bad ending, we have to click Get Help Elsewhere. No, I can't be the one to do this. I take a step back, then another. My body moves before my mind can catch up. I've already messed with the story too much. If I stay here and make the wrong move, Ash might actually die. I need to figure out why the plot is changing like this before I do anything more. My fingers tremble at the sight of his injuries. Blood continues to pool beneath him. I can't believe I'm leaving him like this. But if I keep interfering, I might completely destroy the story. This is the right choice. It has to be. I'll find someone else in the palace that can help Ash. Oh, I am making a mistake. A guard, a servant, anyone. Someone who belongs in this world. I force myself to turn away, and I close my eyes. If I look at him any longer, I won't be able to leave. Just, uh-oh. My body jerks violently as I'm pulled forward. Before I can react, I'm pressed against him. But that's not possible. He shouldn't be able to sit up like this. He shouldn't even be conscious. And yet, I'm held tightly against his body, unable to move. I can feel him tremble under the strain of his injuries. Dark crimson stains forth through his clothes and his eyes look pained and unfocused. His breathing is ragged and shallow, like each breath is being torn out of him. Ash? My voice barely comes out. What kind of situation is this? He's pushing himself, moving despite his injuries. His gaze doesn't leave mine, but it's like he's looking past me, lost in thought, like he's clinging to something he can't quite see. I wonder if he thinks I left him here to die. I break the uncomfortable eye contact between us, looking away from him. Did you think I would let you leave me? My throat tightens. He won't understand why I made my decision. I'm not someone who belongs here after all. All I wanted to do was to return the plot to its original state. And now you won't even look at me. I don't know what to say. I didn't plan to be discovered by Ash, especially not like this. Look at me, Yinny. Well, time to look. I reluctantly meet his gaze. His eyes are burning like he's about to break. Is this because of me? I don't know how to feel. Is this how the evil witch meets her end? His hand snaps up, gripping my face. The motion itself is rough, but he doesn't hurt me. Should I have acted a little weaker? Was that it? Would you have stayed if I did that? What? What is he implying? His injuries are real. Or did he injure himself on purpose with this intent in mind? Why'd you leave me behind like everyone else? No, The others can piss off for all I care, but only you can't. His grip tightens. I won't allow it. You're the only one that can't leave me and disappear. His voice drops to a whisper, almost like he's breaking inside. I don't think I can take it if that happens. My chest tightens painfully. He's wrong. I wasn't leaving him. I might be the only person here who understands him. After all, I read the original story. Every act of abuse, every scheme. I saw it all, even if I wasn't there to witness it in person. You have it all wrong. I wasn't leaving you. He isn't listening to a word I'm saying, instead he pulls me closer. He's surprisingly gentle for a tyrant about to kill me. Do I really need to overthrow everything to keep you by my side? Do I need to kill everyone with the slightest possibility of getting in our way, just so you can't run away? Oh, his voice softens. Should I just die at your hands instead? Is that what it needs to come down to? If you say the word, I'll let you do it. Right now. Do you believe me? I do. That's why I don't want to say yes. My heart drops after hearing these words. This is completely different from the scene that's supposed to happen when the witch wakes up. I try to pull away, but my body is firmly in his grasp. A desperate and pained expression is plastered on his face. I feel guilt rise within me. Say you believe me. Tell me you weren't going to leave me behind just now. It was a mistake, right? Tell me it was a mistake. Tell me. What? Are you insane? I shove against his arms, my voice unintentionally breaking. Why would you listen to what I have to say? I only went to get help for you. You were dying. You still are. I shouldn't even be here in front of you right now. That's right. I don't even belong in this world. So why are you doing this to me? You didn't have to hurt yourself like this to test me. My vision blurs. Everything feels like it's collapsing at once. My feelings from the past 2 days overwhelm me. I'm trapped in a foreign place and now the tyrant male lead is going to kill me, isn't he? Even though the words he's saying are different from the story's script, his anger is unmistakable right now. You're right. I'm insane. His thumb brushes a tear away from my cheek. I suppose that's one way to describe it. Do you really think I need the throne? If it didn't mean letting me continue seeing you freely like this. His voice softens, almost gentle. Like the way you spoke to me while I pretended to be asleep last night. Or is it because I don't deserve even this? That's not true. You deserve the world. His hand reaches out as if trying to grasp something, but then slowly drops to his side. Well, you should grasp me firmly. Something in his expression falters. For a moment, he looks almost afraid. My throat feels tight. Are you going to kill me after all? So what? Are you going to kill me after all? The question comes out quieter than I intended. But I can't stop thinking about the original story. In the fairy tale, Ash was consumed by hatred. He believed that the witch abandoned him all this time, letting him suffer alone for years. And in the end, he destroyed her. Just now I did the same, didn't I? He thinks I left him alone. What? Ash freezes completely. Kill you? He quietly laughs. It's a broken sound. Why would I ever do that? Before I can react, I feel myself being pulled into his embrace. If you die, then there's nothing left for me. He says it without hesitation. His arms tighten around me. No. The look on his face is frighteningly calm. You're not going anywhere. Something dark settles behind his eyes. Something that was probably always there, waiting beneath the surface. Oh, great, we've unlocked full Yandere, Ash. I don't know how I didn't realize it before. His fingers tighten around my waist. You tried to leave me. The words are barely above a whisper. He lowers his head, his forehead brushing against mine. So now, I'll just make sure you never can. He pulls me even deeper into his embrace. One that I can't seem to break free from. I don't know how much time passes after that. At first I tried to count the days, but eventually everything began to blur together. Well, that's not good. Morning, night, winter, spring, a year, maybe even 2. I don't know. The days became impossible to separate. All that melting into the same endless cycle. Like a dream I never wake up from. Oh my god. I opened my eyes again today. The room is quiet. The warm sunlight spills from the curtains draped across the windows. It's a beautiful room. Far more beautiful than the ice chamber. It's a room only the Emperor can use after all. Oh my god, he actually killed everyone. A familiar warmth presses against my side. Ash is here as usual. He gently cradles my face into his shoulders, holding me close. Noticing I'm awake, his expression softens. He brushes a strand of hair away from my face. Today I had the chefs make your favorite again. Behind the palace doors, I hear the staff hurriedly retreat, almost like they're fleeing. I stare blankly at the food he's holding. It smells good. After all, Ash memorized every small preference I ever mentioned. What I liked, what I disliked, what I avoided. He remembers everything. You should really stop killing the staff. You're becoming a tyrant. Ash chuckles. A tyrant? Me? He tilts his head slightly before kissing my forehead. They would never dare to call me such a thing. His hand delicately strokes my hair. You know, I've already killed everyone in that way. He speaks casually as if discussing something mundane like the weather. I don't respond. Don't tell me you're still thinking about my brother. For the first time in a while, his voice sounds cold. His hands tighten around me. I know you saw him that day in the capital. Don't worry. Even if you go looking for him now. He leans closer. You wouldn't even be able to find the slightest trace of his body. Ash cups my face carefully in his hand. His touch is unbearably gentle. I love it. After all, his soft brown eyes meet mine. You belong to me now. That's right. I belong here with Ash. Oh god, this is definitely a bad ending. I wanted to end up with Ash, but not like that. Not with him, you know, absolutely dropping into the deep end and me just completely being broken and losing a lot of my personality. Bad ending 4, an unraveled thread. Still though, it was a very good illustration of how he just completely fell into like pure Yandere aggression. I wonder, why do I keep making the wrong choices? If interfering makes the plot go astray, but not interfering leads to this, then what am I supposed to do? Either way, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. It's too late to think about such things. At this point, all I can do is dream. Of paths I didn't take, and of endings I'll never see. Oh, it's the endless suffocating cold again. And yet, even this empty abyss feels more free than the beautiful prison waiting for me when I wake up. Did you not learn your lesson? Why do you keep trying to escape? This voice, the one from my dreams. You know, sometimes being confined is better than freedom, because it also comes with protection. The air around me is growing colder and colder. Fingers brush lightly beneath my chin, lifting my face. Touch painfully familiar. After everything you've done, how do you think you stayed alive for so long? Healy, I need you. I cling to the person in front of me. Help me, Healy. He laughs softly, almost tenderly. I know. His hand slides into my hair, cradling the back of my head. You always end up worrying me. What am I supposed to do with you? I feel something soft brush against my lips. It's cold, like freshly fallen snow. Let's meet again in your next dream. Will you wait for me, Yandere? As if I could refuse him. Okay, I feel his lips leave mine. But for now, sleep a little longer. And that is day 2 of I Became an Evil Witch That Cursed the Male Lead. I hope you guys like that. I really like the direction that this is taking. Before I get too deep into it, if you haven't seen day 1 and all the endings I found in day 1, including the secret ending, the continuation ending, the default first ending, and also Ash's ending as well, you can see that in the video I linked in the description box below. But let's get into this. How scary must it feel for MC to be in an environment where you're like, you know what, I've read the book, this is fine. I can, as long as I do everything by the book, everything will be okay. But then that your compassion gets in the way and you just can't help but help. And even the slightest thing changes you off course so far. That must be so scary. And then you're trying to like fix everything. And it's almost like dropping all these eggs out of your basket, trying to catch them all, trying to put them back in and keep everything contained. But like it just spills and you can't control it anymore. Like, I have a feeling that must be so frightening. One thing I really love about transmigration stories is that a lot of MCs are bent on keeping the cycle the same, keeping the story the same just to make sure everything goes okay. But inevitably, like, your own feelings, your own personality kind of bleeds through and leads you to do things that change the course of the story. So you're often fighting not just against the enemies in the story, in this case, like Cassian and, you know, determinately, like potentially Ash as well, but also yourself and who you are as a person. Can you really put aside and separate this from who you are as a person, who the MC in the book is supposed to be? And I find that so interesting in how this has been portrayed, because the MC does try, the MC does, you know, attempt to try and keep things on track, but you know, ultimately she is a kind person, she is a good person, so she thinks like these small things shouldn't really do much, but they do. And they have such big path deviations in the story overall, it must be so incredibly overwhelming and scary to her. And I think this story does a really good job at portraying that, and that's what makes it so enjoyable for me. Because not only do you have the looming threat of never being able to return home, you also have the looming threat of maybe like something innocuous you do might just put you so far off track you might never be able to get back onto the main storyline. Having that sort of caution and having that sort of like second guessing, I think translates really well in game design as well, because we are playing a visual novel where choices are very important. So as a player, you're like, if I make just like the one slightest deviation, how is that going to change things? I think the developer has done a beautiful job illustrating that, and also making it so that when you make different choices and go back, there are little different lines of text, different options you can unlock, different consequences, like even like small ones for options that you choose that aren't, you know, ultimately a deciding factor in the endings that you choose. And so I feel like there's so much love and care and brilliance put into that makes it so very, very fun to play, and I really like it. But yeah, I said I didn't explore all of the options, but I did get all of the endings and play through the day 2, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do want to see all the options, I highly, highly encourage you to support the developer, download the game, which I've linked in the description box below, and also leave a kind comment for the developer if you can. You can tell they put so much heart into this. I'm a very, very big fan of Fluent's games. I've played some of the other ones before and I've always had a lovely time. I think they absolutely deserve the world for something so gorgeous. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you would like to support me as well, my Patreon is linked down in the description box below. Savannah gets you access to uncut scenes that are Patreon only, and also exclusive Patreon playthroughs as well. And yeah, thank you so very much, and until next time, take care.